With less than a week to go before the season begins, the Weston football team is ready to show the town what they've got.
Everyone's really excited. It's the first game of the year. You got to make a statement. We've had a scrimmage a week ago, but everyone's back at it to get some hitting in and get some live play.
Very excited. It's going to be a challenge. They're a solid team, and we always respect the opponent. So they're big up front, but we feel that we have the athleticism to get around that and not make it an issue. So we're looking forward to it.
I feel like our strength is our depth at the skill position. I think that our offensive line is younger in some places. We have some veterans in the middle, but it's kind of younger, and depth is an issue at the offensive line position. So I'd say our strengths are our skill positions on offense, and I think defensively, I think we're pretty good all around. We got a lot of returning veterans on defense, so I feel pretty good about our defense. Right now, our offense is maybe a little bit behind, but I think that's with some of the newer guys in the offensive line.
There are times we're practicing a lull, and you got to be that one guy that just hypes everybody up. Whether it's a big play, yelling at them, you just got to get them the mentality that we have a game coming up.
You got to motivate the guys. When people are slacking off, you got to make them do it right. Have effort 110%. Every play matters, every play counts. So whether you're on scout, you're having a look for the varsity team, so you got to make everything work and improve the guy next to you.
Yeah, we got some guys coming back that really played big roles for us last year. Hayden Zeller, who's one of our captains, is a guard and a linebacker. He missed a couple of games, and he was still our leading tackler last year, and I expect he'd be the same this year. Jack Noonan, our quarterback, free safety. He's playing both ways. He's like our captain on the field. He's a captain as well, but he's also like a coach on the field for me. Defensive, he makes all the defensive calls in the secondary. Understands the offense, understands what we're trying to do offensively, so I really think he's key.
It's an honor to be playing for this team after 3 years of putting in the hard work, and hopefully we get a win on the first night.
I'm excited. I think we have a great team, great program, great coaches. We have a great game plan going in, so I'm excited for it, and we should have a good game.
Next Thursday, September 12th, this new mission will receive the kickoff. Weston will defend the Wildcat.
The game started as a defensive battle, but finally, Weston would break through.
Touchdown, Weston. Number 7, Jack Noonan, 9-yard line. From the Bulldogs' 4-yard line. Weston. Touchdown, Weston. Officials, as well as players and your families, and a special thank you to Boston New English for making the trip out here.
With big wins over New Mission and Triton Regional and a tough loss to Dover Sherborne, the Weston football team knew they needed to show up against Charlestown, and they sure did.
Please welcome back your Weston Wildcats. Jack Newman. He gives up. And it's good. Weston touchdown on a 70-yard run by Jack Newman.
That's a heck of a win. You guys deserve a round of applause. Bring it up, bring it up, bring it up. It's not mosh pit worthy, though. It's not mosh pit worthy, but you know what? We'll take everything we can. Right now, we're 3-1 on our way to 4, boys. So, cats on 3. 1, 2, 3. Yes!
So far, I think strength has definitely been our defense so far. I think our defense has played pretty stout throughout the 4 games that we've had. We've been able to score, but I just feel like our offense isn't moving the ball as efficiently as it can. I think we're getting there. I just don't think it's there yet. Even though we're scoring points, our defense has given us really good field position. So I would say that's our strength. We need to work a little bit more on offense.
So I think we just need to get better. I mean, our defense has been great, but our offense isn't moving the ball like we want to. I mean, we've been scoring points, but it's all about being consistent. We have some drives where we're making plays, everyone's making the right blocks, everyone's making the right reads, but then there's other drives when, it just looks very dysfunctional, and sometimes we'll execute the play perfectly, but then other times we'll just completely mess up, and we just need that consistency where we can run any play and we'll run it perfectly, where we're not at that right now.
What we pride ourselves on is being able to read the play well. We've got a great safety. Jack makes all the right calls. I play linebacker, so I call for the line, and of course, the coaches teach us well on how to adjust, make calls, get ready for their play and whatnot. And of course, they teach us using film, and that is sort of what allows us to know what we're working with before the game actually comes around. So for our last game last week, we always knew where the ball was going, and that's why we were able to flow so well to it. And that's why our defense is where it is today.
We've had a handful of injuries over the past few weeks, and in order to it wasn't a quarterback change for a quarterback. It was really a quarterback change to get another running back. So we moved Jack Noonan from quarterback to fullback. We just weren't getting any inside presence on our running game, and kind of kind of throws things off for us. So we added Jack in at fullback this week, and he had a pretty good game. He had 147 yards and 3 touchdowns. So I guess it worked.
I really loved it. I kind of saw myself as a running quarterback, so it wasn't much of a change for me in terms of how I played the game, physical runner, just running downhill. But there wasn't much of a learning curve because I've been the quarterback for last season and half of the season. So I knew everyone in the backfield what they're supposed to do. So I knew what the fullback's plays were, the steps and the reads. So there wasn't much of a learning curve, but it was different when you're used to running the huddle, calling the play, and then all of a sudden you kind of take a back seat. So that was a bit of adjustment.
So I think that our biggest challenge, obviously, the first thing you think about is now we're going on the road to play, and it's a kind of like just a whole different atmosphere. I'm not worried about us playing on the road. I think we'll be fine.
The next day on the road, as you probably know, it's not the home field advantage you usually have, but what everyone wants to work for is to be able to beat the opponent on their home field. That's just a special feeling that you can't get anywhere else.
I think the big thing for us is to just keep getting better every week. And we got a big challenge this week against Roxbury Prep, and another challenge the next 2 weeks. We got Latin Academy, and then we have a week off, and then Bedford. So we had 3 huge games coming up, and these 3 games will put us in position for the playoffs. If we are able to be successful in these 3 games, we'll be in pretty good shape for the playoffs.
Well, we really want to make the playoffs. We made it last year, but we lost in the first round to Saugus, and we always have that chip on our shoulder to keep on getting past the first stage in the playoffs, and we haven't been able to do that the last few years. So we're just trying to win these last 3 games so that we have that great seed and we have a better chance of making it past that first round and getting past the second round and the third round. The challenge with that is we have a great home field advantage where our student section is awesome. They're fantastic. All our friends are cheering our names and having a bunch of chance to encourage us. So with that not being there, it's going to be a different environment, a different atmosphere, but we're just going to have to adjust. We're going to have to bring the intensity and energy during practice so that come game day, we're ready and we're ready to win.
I think we can be a lot better. I like what we have. I love the team. The work ethic is good. The effort on Friday nights is great. We just need to get a little bit better. We have a lot of new varsity players, so they're getting the taste of varsity football for the first time. So they just need to get more work in and get better.